Hello and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Argent Flame. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master, TJ, and here at the table I have the distinct pleasure of having...
I'm Adam. I play Zemdak Flint Sweeper, or currently going as Boots Garnet Flake. I'm pretty sure he's going through workshop withdrawal at the moment.
I'm Theo. I play Sofka, the half-elf druid, and she's, pretty radical. Radical.
I'm Kevin. I play Cole Vodison, human bard and Amber Mind sorcerer. And what is up with all of these freaking big insects? Fuck this shit.
I'm Kenton. I play Argus Firebeard, our dwarf cleric of the light. And parenting tip number 1. Yelling at your kid doesn't always give you the correct answer.
Where's your soul?
I'm Noelle. I'll be playing Trishani Ankumut today, the Kenrin blade singing wizard. And, I'm always just pulse waving that detritus away. Be gone, be gone.
I'm Cody, and I play Log Jamin. And ever since I learned the difference between 5 and 6, I've come to realize that math is for fucking nerds.
There we go, now we're back. That's Argus. There we go. We're totally fine. Everything's totally
Good.
fine. We'll do it right. It's not like I didn't, spend hours prepping this. It's totally fine. Okay, great. So, you guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
What?
Recap time.
Yeah, it's gonna be some recap. We're gonna talk about recap. Let's recap last session. Last session, I believe, was our 24th. Granted, you guys know we started playing before we started streaming, so don't worry about the number if the numbers don't line up. Great. So let's do the little recap. A lot of stuff happened last time. So. The Argent Flame wagers on Grugrug's ability to drink a Gutbuster, winning a magical bartender's coaster through the half-orc's projectile vomit. Zemdak has a peek into his own future as the group does an extensive amount of trade with a traveling gnomish tinker named Lugash Bugash. Oddities and resources are bargained for with everything but currency, as Nitpick is offloaded to the shrewd merchant. Spell scrolls, runic bone dice, skins, paper, arcane... and incense are gained through haggling, while Argus enhances Lugash's gray matter through spellcraft. Log learns the difference between 5 and 6 with some expert mentoring from the elderly gnome, while the rest of the party gathers some supplies. A caravan secretly transporting a large amount of black powder is spotted by the gang, while Argus attempts to learn more about his doll by yelling at it in public. Yes. You see those parents in grocery stores all the time. Log uses his newfound ocular abilities to gain possession of some lodestones with the aid of Zemdak's scrap. As more bargaining ensues and trade secrets are divulged, Sofka gains the friendship of a few more rodents, as the origin of the spell scrolls is derived. Log and Trisheni work on creating a copy of Bagra's notes and plan to send them south with Grogrug. The party beds down to rest as the familiars and constructs notice a pale-skinned dwarven figure with a torch making their way toward the black powder caravan. The pale individual dispatches a few guards silently as Shakar awakes Trisheni and Zemdak in alarm. The party scrambles awake and invokes their abilities to rush toward the infiltrator, attempting to stop them from igniting the powder, as roars and yells fill the area. Unfortunately, the infiltrator is able to bash into a barrel with the torch, yelling, "Maitre Guy," causing a massive explosion. Tremors shake, and the ground tremors as a colossal albino worm bursts through the rock, swallowing nearly all creatures in the vicinity. It soon leaves, tunneling through the ceiling of the area, compromising its structural integrity. The cavern begins to collapse as people panic and rush for the exit. Revik rushes to Willow's aid, and Cole heals her, the Warforged pushing through the exit with her in his arms. The party makes a split-second decision to sprint for the safety of the hole left by the worm on the floor, jumping down and slowly descending into the blackened void. 900 feet down the hole, amid the deep purple rock, the Argent Flame converse on suspicions and conspiracy theories, becoming more paranoid of recent events and powers. The group begins to have their suspicions that they may have be living through an approaching cataclysm, as thoughts of where they could go to uncover some ancient lore are considered. The party ponder as to why civilizations appear to have gone backward as far as development, as they rest before continuing. The band travels for several days, hearing the odd shrieks and sounds of creatures within the tunnels, experiencing odd moon manifestations of Log's dreams at night. Messages are sent to Grogrug and Willow, confirming that they are safe and headed in opposite directions. On the 18th of High Loch, the gang climb a steep incline, slowing their progress, but along the way they discover a ransacked wagon with nearly untouched cargo. Drawn by a now dead Rote, lying in a pool of crimson, the trail of blood now leading off into a side tunnel. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back. CrestVahllen. That was so close. That was so fucking close.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
we are
You got
going back
distracted.
to the before streaming time.
Oh, man.
You got distracted by
I got distracted by
kids
the
in
weird
grocery
way
stores?
that I said messages.
and kids in grocery stores.
And kids in grocery stores.
You're
Yeah,
also like
I know.
the call heals people when I do.
Colds. You healed them?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's okay. That's all right.
It's only like the third recap that you've done on to me.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, he did that,
Because he's the one
he did that to he did that to me last time after he talked about Willow's book in the next recap. He was all like, Trisheni and Kent and Argus, same person, honestly.
Yeah.
We're starting that.
Understand and hear what Willow said. I'm like, I understood because as soon as I realized it was them, I was all like, that's a restoration.
Sometimes I have to like
fine.
eliminate certain things
Oh, yeah.
because
No.
it takes up too much time.
I know. We're giving you
But
shit,
I will
man.
change that right now. So and Argus heals her because I want my recaps to be accurate because I post them on the Discord server that we have. You can check out our Discord server in the link and of the description of this video. You can join. The link is there for you to join. We have a bunch of cool content there, including all the recaps, battle maps, world maps, region maps, descriptions of magic items and pictures, some cool pictures of the minis that I've printed out and created and painted. So go check that out. It's really great, especially great to catch up on some cool stuff. Great.
Lastly,
now,
we have some QR codes on there too to help you and your friends find our Discord server and our channel. too.
that's true. And don't forget to check out our Instagram and our Facebook and our Twitter as well. Connect to us everywhere, guys. It's going to be a good time.
Reach out in the chat in the Discord too. One of us is always around to talk with you guys.
That's
too.
true. That's true. All of our cast are active on the hub. Give them some time. They don't always respond right away, but they're happy to answer any questions you guys have.
So do I.
Just make sure you read the rules beforehand and be respectful and kind. Great. So,
For reference,
yes,
I also had a question.
absolutely. What's your
The
question?
moon dust.
Yes.
How long does that last? Or is it until I use the temporary?
Would you like to open up
points?
the bag and look at it?
No, I got some when I first collected it.
I know. Would you
But-
like to check it out?
No, how long do those temporary hit points last?
Oh, until a rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I've had them on my character sheet. Since.
Right, until you rest. Yeah, they
Since then?
Yeah. It's like
I know that's
pretty
not
much any of the
correct.
other salves. Like they're temporary.
Okay.
Which is literally the name of them. They're temporary.
I also haven't been hurt since then, so
Right. So until you take a short or long rest. So any type of rest, which it makes sense. There, you put it on when you're like, okay, might need a little bit more for this, and then you move on. Great. So as I mentioned, you guys find this cart here with was supposedly at one time drawn by a rote. All of you, actually, the underground versions of you, so that I believe the three of you, not you because you wasn't in that type of underground. Actually, you can too. I'm gonna say Cody. I'm gonna say Log. I almost said Ken. Argus. It's been so long. I miss you guys. Sofka. I got it. Zemdak, Sofka, Argus, and Log. You can roll a nature check for me if you like. I'm pretty sure you figured this out last time, but just to cover our bases.
I was about to say, would this be different from the nature check they did last time about to identify the rote and everything like
Yeah,
that?
no, it's pretty much that. It's just more information about
All
it.
right. I was just Because I was just listening earlier today and just to remind myself.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a while.
I'm just covering all my bases. What's up?
15.
15?
14.
And
23.
You've heard of these creatures. You've like seen one moving around and things. But yes, most of you know it's a rote. You know that they are beasts of burden, commonly found underground, mostly found underground. But they can be above ground. The other thing you especially you Zemdek understand that they're exceedingly hardy creatures. They are massive beasts of burden. They're not as big as elephants, mind you. They're just like big oxen that have like a bunch of fur all over them. They're like woolly, and they to see one dead like this, it would have taken a lot for something to kill it with this much crimson, this much blood. Like
I was going to ask that question.
Sure.
You said there's drag marks away from this as well.
Yes.
Is that blood pool like is substantial? Is that thing dead? Whatever got drug away?
So the rote is dead.
Obviously.
Sure.
I just mean the drag marks. Is that a lot of blood?
Yes. Roll a survival check for me.
Can we see what thing killed the rote? Is it a blade? Is it a creature? Is it?
Yeah. Roll a medicine check.
I don't understand dead bodies. I got it.
What did you just do?
There's blood here, and then there's blood moving that way.
Yep.
30-20.
Dirty 20. This looks like
Fail on one of your skills?
I'm not proficient in that one.
Oh, okay.
this looks like it was a contusion, a massive blunt force trauma contusion that cracked the skull open, and just are you okay?
Yeah.
That cracked the skull open, and then just pooled blood. So it was and it looks like it wasn't just one blow. It was like about like 6 to like 12 blows, all centered around the same area.
Should we take the cart and just leave? It's a lot of blood.
The cart is damaged. One of the wheels is snapped. But the stuff that's in the cart looks like only lightly ransacked. There's very little there that is actually like it doesn't look like this place was mugged. If anything, it looks like that it just wasn't. Like nothing was. Doesn't look like anything was stolen.
Is there any other marks around the drag marks of what could have been dragging it?
Roll an investigation check.
Any marks on the cart or anything like that?
Yes, that's kind of what I was going with that one. But yeah, you can roll an investigation check as well.
You gave us last time that they were more than likely they were like fenced goods.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
We'll go for the right one.
10,
Going to intelligence on it.
11.
Can I
It's
look
hard to tell,
too?
guys.
Just I see them just like
Sure,
just
why
like
not?
19.
Ooh.
Somebody with some actual intelligence.
So Argus and Cole look at each other and go, yes, it's a cart.
It's got marks.
Guys.
And then Trisheni's like, kicking the fucking and you go in there and you notice, so you notice something specific, that it looks like the only disheveled or disturbed parts of the cart or contents of the cart are near the driver's part, meaning like it looks like somebody was and taken out of the cart in a forceful manner, which caused like with probably a struggle happened, and flailing caused like contents to be disturbed. But other than that, nobody like ransacked and went through any of the contents. They grabbed the driver or whoever else was there, and then that's all you could tell. A struggle happened.
Okay.
As far as the markings, all you can see is that something was dragged away. Keep almost saying Theo. I'm so sorry, Safka. Safka, you can do me a favor. Roll me a survival check, because you are well familiar with predators in the underground and how to avoid them.
that is 19.
19. This blood looks like it was just dragged through the pool of blood from the rote. It doesn't look like this blood belongs to whatever was dragged away. which could mean.
We think it could be.
So it looks like they just dragged someone through the blood. Doesn't look like they were bleeding. You think it was like a kidnapping?
Possible.
Snack for later.
Perhaps.
I mean,
Of course, then why wouldn't you eat the rote?
Yeah.
Right. And
there are things down here that take other things as slaves to
That's true.
free workforce.
Cool. Let's bounce.
I mean, we're off the beaten path. We're getting into more dangerous territories.
Should I shut off my light spell then? Because I'm sure everybody can see us.
Those that are more capable of defending themselves are less likely to be harassed. And you kind of need to see. So,
Anything that would be coming at you can see without the light, so
Fair point.
I would rather see them come in.
It's
Smoking.
fine. It's incense.
Oh, it's the incense going
Yeah,
up
it's the
through
incense going up through the light.
Our lampshade was on fire for a second.
only behind me.
He's like, oh, atmosphere.
What are we pointing at?
Oh my god, that scared the absolute shit out of me.
Oh, you want me to turn that off?
Sofka, how does your animal set or your shape change thing work?
What do you mean?
Like, can you just turn into any animal you've ever seen before?
Yeah.
Could you turn into one of these guys?
Could I?
Yeah, what's the challenge rating of a rote?
You made it
would
up.
put it very low.
It's probably close to a
I
horse.
believe that actually has a stat block.
Oh, I believe it too, but I'm pretty sure it's like low as shit.
Do they have horns
It's probably the guy
that I can
for
harvest?
recording.
Yes, but they have horns like an ox has horns, not like a bull has horns.
Challenge rating of 1/4, you absolutely could.
Are you thinking maybe she?
They're like big bison, like oxen type creatures.
I've always imagined them as like slightly smaller banthas with extra legs. So I've always imagined them as.
Kinda. Yeah, kinda. I'm trying to just look up a stat block for you guys. Just something I don't know.
Just kind of what I was
Just in case, you know.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah,
he
challenge
knows how we
rating
like to do
1/4,
things.
armor class of 10, hit points 15, speed of 30,
Oh, okay.
18 strength,
Just
2 intelligence.
survivability. I
But
was
your
wondering, like,
intelligence you keep.
But you keep your intelligence.
You get a charge ability.
this creature versus like a bear. I was wondering how like hard.
If you Google it, it's one of the first options. Unless it's on D&D
I
Beyond.
think it's on D&D Beyond. Like I probably
Large
read it.
beast.
You think?
I think a bear would be pretty stronger.
Do you think we could still?
I'll try and do a thing for you.
Yeah.
I also can turn into a big old elk, but it's big. I think you saw me do that one.
Yeah.
You guys stuck in the tunnel.
Right.
Yeah, that didn't go too well.
Big butt.
Grandpa Cruel.
Yeah, sorry, homies.
No, you're fine.
Memories.
Or are you thinking of maybe possibly turning into that, and then we hook up the cart after we fix the cart? Is that what you were thinking?
I was just thinking it would be a cool new creature for her to turn into, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
it's
I like-
not as useful as the form she
Good
already
for
is.
disguise.
Right.
Because if you were rotate down here, nobody would pay you any mind.
No,
Grover just had a bunch of them, so
Ooh, that
it
sounds
wasn't a new
nice.
thing.
and I don't know how your thing works. Like I don't know how you learn new
Oh yeah, I
forms.
just kind of see them.
You have to like
if they're really strong, I kind of have to work up to it. But
okay.
you
You
know,
have to have a couple of examples.
You just have to like make a connection
figure
with
out.
it, and
Yeah.
like it's just about your druidic, like seeing them and be like, oh wow. Yeah,
I didn't know if,
that
like,
makes sense.
dissecting a dead one, like figuring out.
No, you don't have to go that far.
I don't know. I'm asking.
kind of like goes pale and is like, no.
Okay, cool,
Okay.
awesome. That's even better then.
Trishen.
Yeah.
What is with you in digging through the bowels of things, bud?
It's been useful for us recently.
We have learned a lot of things.
Butt minor. So, Tricheni, with such a high investigation check, you also find one thing. It appears that it had fallen and tumbled below under the cart. You find a badge of Clan Tokrand.
Oh, guys, looks like Clan Tokrand is involved here. And pull out the badge and just show him.
The rich of the rich. The 1% of the 1%.
We
They
can't
have
just
their
take it and
head
leave them.
Midnight.
Yeah, we can't just take this and
They
leave
have
them.
The vault is in Minheim.
Yeah,
yes.
that, yeah. They keep their money in midnight.
But if this is fenced
you're right.
goods, like how?
Could also
Rich
be like
somehow.
pawned goods.
Yeah.
That's true. They have to get rich somehow.
Yeah.
Well, did I know this?
Is it does it look like an actual like seal, or could it be like maybe a forgery to get past guards very easily too? It's a very big name. You could always. I mean, my badge gets us out of a lot of trouble without me being very high ranking because of who I'm associated with. Could that maybe be a forgery to do
I
that?
think if anything, turning this in once we get back to town and letting them know something happened would be the most useful.
If people don't have
Perfect.
suspicions of you doing something with somebody.
It can't be that uncommon
We
for
might want to
this
investigate
to happen.
Cole,
first.
I'm going to say yes. That is something that you are aware of. Like the people, you know that there are people out there that try to make counterfeit beans in order to get into like what it is like counterfeit Tulasian beans of the Bardic College,
Right.
in order to try to get into places and badges. If you'd like to examine it further, you can try to determine if it's a forgery. I would say that you most likely would have to work in tandem with one of your other compatriots here that is more
Somebody who knows
familiar
a
with
little
them.
bit more
Yeah.
about them.
I
than
know a
me.
lot more probably about Tokrin since I grew up over.
Probably, yeah.
do
You
the
probably know.
Yeah.
You're very familiar as to what it looks like.
Yeah.
You're more familiar as being able to spot forgeries, just because you're a scribe. And
Yeah.
That's what you do. You guys, if you guys want to work together, either one of you can give advantage to the other. You can guys both roll your individual investigation checks.
I'll give advantage to him then. Almost.
I have +1.
Okay, I'm a +3.
Yeah.
So let's not do that one. That one's a pain in my ass right now.
I don't look at. I see things. I don't look at things.
Oh, dirty 20.
30-20. This appears to be a genuine badge of Tokard.
It looks like a ransom kidnapping. Just my guess.
Well, yeah, this is the real.
It's made of it has several different types of metal on it. It's the bottom is a steel plate, and then there's several other types of metal. There's a copper, brass, and then a gold pressed. Like it was melted like a stamp, like one of those wax stamp seals. And so it's like it's got these tiered steel, copper, brass, and then gold. Put it upon it, and it's heavy. It's got a hefty weight to it. It also appears to have you recognize some ferrous material built into the steel on the back to make it magnetic, so that when you stick it to it like sticks to armor.
We keep getting off track here, but could be quite useful to rescue or find out what happened to
Well,
If there's a ransom, there must be a
this
reward.
person.
Yeah.
True.
This also raises the
Oh, you're
question.
so smart now.
What?
That +1 just opens shit up.
Well, for me, this also raises the question: why was this hidden while they were traveling, as opposed to being where people could see it?
Well, they're.
They probably. I wonder if they got blocked off and stuff.
It was under the cart,
Yeah.
so maybe it fell off in the struggle.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean it was hidden.
That's a very good point. Cole, could you please roll another investigation check with me now that you've said that?
Or once you get out of town, wearing the badge could be like, look at me.
You
I've
can
got
do this with advantage because there's something about this that I can't tell you just quite yet.
22.
22. You're familiar with the people that travel in groups, as are you, as you being a caravan person and you being like a traveling bard. And so you're familiar with some of the bootcay people and other things like that. And so you know what the signs are of seeing many people in a space that isn't meant for that many people. It looks like this cart had other passengers as well that are not there anymore.
There was more than just one person here.
Only one hit the blood.
Only
Or
one, yeah.
Or they all ran. like the people after a couple of people got
If you
joined.
Ordered.
probably would have heard them.
Or they were all eaten by whatever it is, and they left the rote and took the other one because they couldn't eat anymore.
Or
Another point
like,
They were responsible.
responsible, or they were the ones that got kidnapped too, right? If they got
Or
their flavors down here,
They were smuggling something bigger, and this has been a whole big inside job.
or it was the people they were smuggling.
So many possibilities.
Yeah.
Another point of order. It doesn't look like any like viscera or meat of the rote has been like eaten or devoured.
Yeah, it was just
it was bashed
knocked
in, killed, and then left for dead, not touched. Other than
Can
that.
we tell if it was like a weapon versus?
Yeah,
It was a blunt force weapon.
All right, so it wasn't like
Wasn't like bashing in.
yeah, we don't see anything like they
That's
set up
hard
like
to
a
tell.
we don't see like they set up like a trap or any rocks or anything like here. There were maybe a pitfall or
It
something.
could have been a rock, but if it was a rock, the rock is no longer here.
Okay.
It could have been. It could have been anything. It's really hard to tell just because it's so fucked up now.
What I was thinking is it could have been like a trap where a bunch of rocks fell onto this creature when it did it
They had to
and
move up
bashed
the
its head in. Yeah, it's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't
So,
get it
but there's no boulders left here. Like, there's no bloody boulders or anything. There's no
has to
nothing covered in blood here that it designates that a weapon was left behind.
That was the main thing I was asking.
Yeah.
There,
So
perfect.
it's definitely an ambush in a way of something,
Right.
either internal or out.
What could sneak up on them and just murder a rote like that and get everything out of here?
In the
Tons
dark,
of things.
many things.
So that's why I'm asking you.
Without knowing more,
A group of drow, a group of so many different.
monsters.
Yeah.
I was just thinking if there's anything that like stood out to you guys that could have done this.
Goblins could be just about anything.
Anything that's
Without being able
It's
to.
hard to tell. Yeah, you guys didn't
Without
roll
being
too
able
high
to
on that
see.
survival check, so it's really hard to tell. Yeah.
In the darkness, it's incredibly easy to set up ambushes.
We survived by luck more than anything anyway.
I like to think it's somewhat skill. I mean,
Right.
we've been doing this for a little while. I feel like
Sure, yeah,
I hope we know what we're doing. At least a little bit. At least a little bit.
Time presence always helps.
I definitely know what I'm doing.
I'm pretty sure we have no idea what we're doing. None of the stories I've had ever like this.
None
That's
of
why you
them.
got
They cut all those parts out.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
you
only
mean
talk
like
about the
certain
good
things that I'm not supposed to bring up to the college, like certain juices that we managed to get our hands on.
Oh, don't
Ew.
Yeah.
good very true.
Wait,
Yes, yes.
Certain powders that certain people use
Those things have come in very
recreationally.
very handy.
what?
I'm sorry, Theo. Sofka. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Right. It helps. It helps.
Stop
I-
Sheni and Misheni. Now it's all of our names.
What?
That was already
What's
started.
rat name again?
Which rat?
Nico.
Nico. Nico is like. It goes like. And sniffing the air.
Ooh, you smell something, bud?
It like crawls down your arm and crawls up the cart and is like.
Okay.
And goes under one of the rags.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at it.
Okay, you move the blanket back and it looks like an empty crate that was partially bashed in, but you smell it too. It's like perfume or something. Like there used to be a bunch of perfume here, but it's missing.
Huh.
Or something.
It smells nice in here, and that's weird. But those, like, I've been underground for a while, and it has not smelled this nice.
Not usually.
I,
Just
Log has a very fragrant odor. That's not fair.
It's the rote. It's the rote. I mean, come on.
Oh, so we've been smelling the rote for today. Oh, okay.
You ever seen like freshly shampooed and blow dried cows before?
yes. They're so
They're just-
cute.
That's actually what I'm picturing, like, Log at if we were to ever, like, shower.
Oh, if you were to ever shower.
Well, no, what happened after the sewage crop on us, then he did presentation. And
That's right.
He said that's what we look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did do that at one point. Yeah,
Right, but we've been back through the sewers several times, and I haven't done it since then, so...
that's a very good point.
So, I say we follow.
If that was a forgery, I'd say just take the cart and go, but since it's real, we should follow this.
Right.
If we find nothing, we can take the cart and just do what we need to with it. But
You
Right.
said
Well,
whatever
as they
smelled good is
pointed that
gone.
out, you smell it too. Like
You
it's strong.
It's gone.
It's perfume.
Can you
It's
track?
something like that. Something that smells some sort of aromatic. You don't know, you don't really know what was there, but it's definitely some sort of aromatic, whether it was like scented candles or perfumes or cologne or
Love.
oils. You know.
Can you track that scent?
kind of like
You've done that
did,
before, right?
Hernua.
I should be able to.
You also have a blood trail. So, but it could,
That could run.
Right. Then we've established,
But yes,
it's
that
not
could
from
very
anybody
well-
taken, so there's a good chance it dies eventually.
yes, could very possible.
I hate to be macabre, but can you eat rote?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Can we get like a little bit to go?
I mean, I was going to take the horns anyway, so.
Okay. Oh,
Do we have time to sit here and butcher the rote?
no, just a little bit. That's all.
I mean, we like
Just
I don't have.
Just a little cut.
Just the bacon.
cut out like
I
some
think I
T-bones.
just think.
Yeah.
I don't
Start going
think this
down.
will work.
Okay.
He pulls out his little ring.
Try.
This won't work for butchering.
Argus, I think you have some hand axes, don't you?
Actually, I think I did buy a hand axe, didn't I?
Oh, okay.
Because I got
Well,
mad that I
it would have
didn't
been one
have
of some of
any-
your starting equipment.
Yeah.
I didn't have for starting, but I'm pretty sure I bought one because I had nothing that was slashing.
Oh, okay.
Because we were in the spider situation, and I had nothing that could cut the webs.
Right.
Yeah, but you just burned them.
You take like the dagger and then
Yeah, but
use
that
the
didn't really
crowbar to
work
pop
for the
ribs
rest of us
off.
that were stuck in spider webs at the time. You couldn't burn those off. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'll grab a little bit of that before.
You want to? Okay. Please roll a survival check to see how long it's going to take you to fillet some meat.
Just a little bit, guys. Not bad.
Horns. You want to do horns?
Yeah.
Go ahead with survival check.
21.
21. It'll take you about 5 minutes.
Okay.
18.
You think you guys have 5 minutes?
I don't think it's gonna make a big difference.
maybe.
18.
If they're keeping them alive, they're keeping them alive.
You
The
do it
DM
about
is smiling.
time. You get one of the horns.
Well, unless they come back,
you can get the other
they're
one.
Like, oh,
Maybe
neat,
if you
there's
come
some more
back on the
people
other
here.
way.
Let's
That's
go
fine.
enslave them.
All right. And we
Why
can...
would they do that?
Because they might be slavers. You guys said that.
We've dealt with slavers before.
yeah, but why
Yeah.
would they return to the place where they took slaves from them before?
I don't know. I forgot something.
I mean, it doesn't look like there's much here.
And I'm not so sure that they were slavers, just because slavers would have probably taken the other stuff too, since it's still worth something.
Kidnappers.
Yeah. All right.
How are we to go down this tunnel? Should, while she's butchering, should I put on my sneaky armor?
Yeah, couldn't hurt.
Sounds good.
I thought you were already wearing that because we weren't trying to make as much noise.
No.
Which one's your sneaky armor?
I think you got
plate.
Oh, the half plate.
The half breastplate.
I think it's the breastplate.
The half plate is definitely
No, not
sneaky
the.
armor.
Not the
Yeah, no, it is. It's the breastplate.
Yeah, because the breastplate I don't believe gives you disadvantage on
Right.
stealth.
It doesn't. Right.
but it puts my AC back at 17 instead of 18.
Right. It put you down by one. Yep.
Grease up conks
I'll switch my armor.
joints, so he's less squeaky.
So I know.
Yeah.
That doesn't actually do anything, but just just because.
He appreciates it. He's like, "Thank you, Daddy." Thank you, Father. Oh wait, no, I don't want to give him a voice. No, take that out.
You said it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
Let's go down. Do you want to take points? And
So,
I think I'm going to
movie?
move my light spell though from my belt, like I normally have it, onto one of the bolts on my crossbow, and have that kind of
Sure,
ready as
sure.
we go
So,
down.
so you just know the next time you fire that, that's where the light's going to end up.
I know.
Wherever that arrow is, a bolt is. Okay, cool. I'll let you guys know as when you pulled out your rapier, you got to know what way is north, and you are basically when you came along this cart, you were moving in the direction of like a westerly, like a reasonably westerly direction. The side tunnel that goes off goes in a northeasterly direction. But it is a smaller side tunnel. And granted, a lot of these that you're coming across are either one of two things: naturally occurring caverns or tunnels, or previously worm tunnels, as is normal. And often they can take you to very dangerous places and completely out of the way you wanted to go, or they could shave off days, perhaps even weeks of your travel with how it is. Because remember, the Triway was made to be a safe, one of the safer routes through things. So it doesn't always just do a straight shot. Granted, it does move pretty congruent to the mountain range, but it's what's not represented on the map are the ups and downs that it goes and weaves and bobs through.
Before we leave, we might want to check this card to see if there's anything useful in there, just because never hurts to have anything extra with us.
All right. Okay. Take a quick look around.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
While you're butchering, I
Yeah.
can dig through.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing while you're butchering.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm changing armor.
Log, you want to help?
You get in the horn.
Oh, that's right. This one, let Log help.
For once.
I'm busy. You help all the time. It's just
But so much as you want them
the definition of help just changes depending on how you help.
Wonderful. Okay, so are you guys headed out then?
Yeah.
Or you guys want to look through the cart?
Look through the card.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would look through the cart while she's butchering.
Sure. I believe we already did this with a couple other people, so I'm going to say since you've examined this cart quite a few times already, I will give you a disadvantage investigation check,
Okay.
just to determine like if there's anything else of interest that you find.
That's literally what I'm doing. Is doing that last little look over
Sure.
before.
I was looking too.
Yeah.
How'd you do? Not good.
24.
20 with disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay.
Great, because I had an 11 at disadvantage.
Okay. Zemdak, you rifle through a lot of these things. Like I said, they seem to be either pawned or fenced goods. Something occurs to you about like, if this is Tok'ra and these are pawned and fenced goods, maybe this is one of their like, more under, like, not above board relationships that they do, because you don't get as rich as Tok'ra does by doing
Right.
business all
Everything legal.
like
Yeah.
which is, and it's nothing too nefarious. It's just they're just trying to make some extra money on the
Yep.
side, or maybe it's something that they're having one of the younger members take care of, or one of the like offshoot members do,
Or maybe it's a younger member trying to make a name for themselves.
something
Yeah.
like that. It could be a multitude of things. However, as you're moving through this, you do find a false bottom near one of the wheel wells
Oh, yeah.
of the cart.
Okay.
You move the plank out, and you find something wrapped in a very fine velvet.
Deal with that later. Put that in the bag.
Put the whole thing in the bag.
Not even gonna look at it.
Deal with that later. We got to go.
Okay.
Okay, it's hefty and it makes a good sound.
Oh. Peek inside the wrapping.
It looks like a long metal barrel with a trigger at the end and a wooden handle. This appears to be a pistol of some sort, like a black powder pistol.
I don't think
It
we've ever
actually
seen
has you have not seen one. You have seen one. You like, oh shit, I know what that is.
Yeah.
But you guys know what they look like because because you've seen them in town, because they've been made in Thulmorbed,
Okay.
Minheim. Like you don't see them very often. You may have seen, both of you may have seen like one your entire lives. You probably haven't. Maybe. Actually, I don't know, because you were traveling for so long. Maybe, but you still know what they are. You still know what they are. Like, whether or not you've actually seen it in person, this matches the description of these very, very dangerous
some
weapons.
new thing that we've heard of.
Yeah. And you, as an artificer knowing tech, you're like, ooh, I know what this is. This is a black powder pistol.
Cool.
Unfortunately, what you also notice is that emblazoned upon the metal of the handle is the emblem of Tok'ra.
We can shave that off.
We can cover that up.
It's in Tok'ra.
That's right.
Okay.
I like how the lawful good cleric said that.
I know.
That's I know.
Find your
Lawful
keepers.
good
That's a
according to
law,
his
right?
morals, I guess. You know?
Right.
Well, lawful good according to
Eventually, that's gonna be a
Pretty
fun.
close to- yeah, I
It's
guess.
gonna be a very fun thing eventually.
I'm not going to force you to change your alliance. I'm
No,
not
but
going to be that dick.
but you're doing it due to Kotsus more.
I mean,
Right. Which is burning and pill.
However, you don't find any
Ammunition.
powder or
what I was gonna
ammunition.
ask. Okay.
It is, however, if you want, would you like to examine it a little further? Take a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, roll an investigation check. Actually, roll tinkering check, because you have to kind of open it up. But it's not like you have to open the hammer up.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
investigation or dex?
Intelligence
Use that
based.
to shoot his eye out.
Yep.
I think that's expertise. Yeah. So 29.
29. You expertly open up the area and you take a look down the barrel. It does appear to be loaded with one shot.
Yeah. Okay. And I still have a tiny little vial. I don't
You could possibly do it.
pull that
again.
out, learn what a bullet
You have
looks
scrap
like.
metal too. If you want to smelt and melt some things down, you could possibly make more pellets.
Make some silver bullets.
Be careful with that.
Yeah, that's getting wrapped back up and put in the bag for now.
Bag of holding?
Carefully.
The bag of holding?
Yep.
Here, let's write that down then.
Yeah, that's
It's typically a flintlock or black powder pistol, however you want to refer to it.
Okay.
There's even a
somebody's face. They are dangerous.
even actually specific stats for it in the DMG.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up for you.
that gets kind of muddy because there's multiple.
Yeah, this is pretty standard. It's pretty standard, just pistol,
Yeah, that's what I
not the
mean.
laser pistol.
No, but there's multiple pistols.
Right.
Unfortunately, like one of them's a D10, the other one's like a D6 or
Oh,
something
where
like that.
was it? It's the page with the person with the jetpack and the laser gun.
Because I think Matt Mercer's version was different than like the original DMG version.
Right. If you wanted to, well, that was because Percy modified the shit. Out of it.
They created it before it was really a huge thing.
Right, because they ported it over from Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean. So there's like different pistols that gets a little
Let's make it
muddy.
What is?
But I don't need bullets.
So,
Oh man. Yeah.
so
I don't need bullets.
it's
I don't. I can make it a magical pistol.
under adventuring
Oh,
options.
so you
Shoot
should-
magical
9.
bullets.
Page it is?
I don't know the page because I'm in D&D Beyond, but chapter 9 underneath
Your
adventuring
crossbow,
options.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it, 266.
Amazing.
250 gold pieces, 1d10 piercing, 3 pounds, range 30, short range 30, long range 90. It does have a loading characteristic though.
Yeah,
Not if
he has.
you modify it.
Yeah.
He has an infusion that he can make it automatic. Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, no, I'm waiting to see the
is-
destruction that Zemdak
Yes.
Iker makes.
Well, it just changes his normal I shoot
Just
with
because,
crossbow
you know,
to I shoot with pistol.
Explosions are not always bad.
So it's not a not a revolver. It's not an automatic pistol. It is a Renaissance pistol firearm martial weapon. So 250 gold piece worth.
Is it the D10 version?
The 1d10 piercing ammunition, range 30, 90 loading.
That's what I was just reading off.
Yes.
Adam's
So
we need to
happy.
find a workshop.
As far
We
as
need to find a workshop.
Well, we're heading that
Yeah, I
way,
know.
right? But you know,
we have one that we can use.
Got so many ideas and I just haven't been able to work on any of them.
as far as you
It's been
know,
weeks.
technology hasn't advanced the way of having like cycling chambers
Right.
and like
Right.
fixed shooters and stuff like that. And automatic weapons. That is a ways away as far as you know. Also, you are not proficient in this weapon.
Yeah.
You are
Artificers are proficient in firearms as a base.
is that one of the optional rules?
Nope.
Or
It's a class rule. It's a class proficiency.
oh, dope. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little bit of I'm gonna impose my DM thing here. You have never used a firearm.
Nope.
There's no fucking way you're proficient in this weapon.
Okay.
At the get go.
That's fine.
Granted, you will have it like advantage on certain checks to figure out how to use it.
Okay.
Especially if you modify it in some way, because you'll like create it, so you'll know how to use it. There's like no way off the fucking bat. You just know how to be like, oh. You just like you're not a six shooter. You just aren't. You're good at crossbows. It's different to have a kickback like a. Granted, we'll figure it out. I don't want to fuck you, but that's this no fucking way. You just pick up a gun and know how to use
No.
it when guns aren't readily available in the world. But yes, I'm not gonna fuck you with it. I'll give you like advantage on certain checks to like learn how to use it.
Yeah, I think on the chart breakdown, it's all like you're proficient in there, but I think when you read the fine details, it's all like with DM's approval.
Right. It does say that.
Maybe it doesn't actually.
What? That you're proficient?
Yeah, double check that. But while that's happening, are you guys following the trail and the smell? Is that what's happening here? The smelly, bloody trail.
So I'll go into wolf form and do the smell thing.
I'm just petting like one of my rats, looking very nervous.
Nico's like,
It's okay, Nico. I'm not scared.
So, according to D&D Beyond, the secrets of gunpowder weapons have been discovered in various corners of the D&D multiverse. If your dungeon master uses the rules of firearms in the DMG, and your artificer has been exposed to the operation of such weapons, your artificer is proficient.
ah, gotcha.
Yeah, it does. My character sheet does say optional.
Yeah. Ah,
DM's discretion.
yes. So, you're gonna have to either have somebody teach you or do some.
It gives me the proficiency, but then it has a little note, like an asterisk beside it.
Because it's
DM's
D&D Beyond.
discretion.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
They're just trying to make it all available. That way you can do what you need to do.
Just this game in general.
As you transform into your wolf form, Log, Twig kind of like does like one of those tarantula death curls and like turns gray and white and floats up in the air and just starts orbiting you like a little moon.
Neat.
Didn't know he did that.
Oops, harvest.
No.
That's still Twag.
As far as I know, that's still Twig.
I don't think I want to hurt Twag.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Don't
It's
worry
expensive
about
to recall him.
So essentially, while you're in this form, from what you are gathering, this little orb, it still acts as your familiar, has all the same stats, but it has a hover speed instead of a climb speed.
Faster than the 20 feet that the spider would have.
No, same way. It's a slowly orbiting.
But it's got to be
Still the exact
trailing
thing.
further behind.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you keep using the moon.
mouth
I
if you
totally
want,
have to say
like-
that.
It's like a ball.
Yeah, you could totally put a little moon in your
Thank you.
mouth.
I needed that.
I'm sorry. So he kept saying moon. I was all like, I have to say it.
Yeah.
That's no moon.
Oh man, Disney, please don't sue us.
Sorry to
Now
go
that
back
you
for-
own that.
But digging through it further
The small portion.
and having the wagon, digging through that stuff further, and having experience with Flixen's
Yeah.
grave robbing,
Sure.
does this look like grave goods or does this look like pond goods? Like people
Very, very, very good question.
trading things in? Is it like all dusty and different time periods? Or is it
From what you can tell, Blixen's operation was stationary, meaning that Flixen got stuff from that catacombs.
Yep.
Well, put them up and sold them,
right?
and ran them pretty much. Either it was maybe one or two people involved, most likely just them, that kind of thing.
I just mean like the era of the things in her store would have
Sure.
been different because they would have been taken at different graves
for
over
sure.
time.
Right, you're
So are
looking. So
these
you're looking
goods-
for anachronistic things.
Are these goods different time periods or are they all relatively modern?
They all look relatively current.
Okay.
Yes, doesn't look like, as far as you can tell, like I said, that's what you got with your investigation check. They're like, they look relatively current. We've got some, there's some wines that are corked that you can't really smell because they're corked and they're really, really well packaged. There's some ropes. There's some, do you grab all the wine? Okay, you can 6 bottles of this is it's decent medium shelf dwarven wine.
It's becoming your own like portable
Well,
liquor
a lot of
It comes in use.
I'm not complaining.
It's not made from grapes. It's made from mushrooms, so it's an acquired taste to be sure.
well, but enough of his companions have PTSD in some form or another.
If you just want to loot, if you just want to straight up loot this cart, it's gonna.
I don't want to take like all of it, but like if anything seems useful,
Just the good shit.
There's some rope. There looks like there's some canopic jars here that have not been used yet.
I like Noctic jars.
Or is it canopic or
Canoptic.
Canoptic.
Canoptic?
Or Coptic. Coptic is actually the word.
Oh, I think it is Coptic. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Coptic.
jars.
Yeah.
I'll look it up so that I don't catch myself in a lie.
take a couple of the ropes. I don't know that we have a use for
There are two more. There are two.
jars.
Yeah,
Unless we're gonna put holy water.
Put stuff in them, yeah.
it's canopic.
Canoptic.
I can make
Canopic.
holy water. We have a lot of
Canoptic.
silver.
No, there's Canopic. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Canopic.
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 Okay, yeah, that's what I was. Coptic judges.
I mean, are they made out of like ivory, kind of nice, or are they?
They
just, Then yeah, those are going in.
Canopic is how someone pronounces it. That's weird.
If it's the computer voice, ignore that.
Yeah,
the way they prescribe
Yeah.
things, like some of the streets here in town, they say them, and I'm like, no, you are wrong.
That is
Well,
incorrect.
Regional
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
pronunciations.
I love
Like
getting.
Louisville?
I love getting on the highway and being told that I'm going to Limon though. The Limon.
Canopic.
But that's
Canopic
very
is the
British.
British way.
Yes.
Canopic.
Yeah,
Coming
but they pronounce gray and
coming from
colors.
the Midwest and calling it Louisville kind of hurts me.
Louisville.
Well,
It's
no,
Louisville.
that's well, yeah, but that's because there's only one.
Okay, we're getting off topic. guys. But yes, these look to be freshly made of like ivory and other ways, meaning like. And there are a couple of other things that are like of cultural significance to other things that have not been used yet. For example, Cole, you as Zemdak is like kind of sifting through stuff, you notice like a brand new, barely touched, barely used balalaika. Like there's some cultural stuff here from like around the areas that aren't too far from the Razor Fang. I mean, it's hundreds and hundreds of miles, but like
It's, I mean, that instrument's a little far south from where it should normally be or would be sold.
but they're still like neighboring areas
Right.
from the like. So yeah, a couple things like that.
I mean, if it's not just junk,
It's not junk. It needs to be able to have some value to them.
yeah, we'll grab them.
You gonna grab them all? Pardon me.
I don't have that much space.
Yeah, I don't think you do. You're really running out of space on that bag that bag of
Guess
holding,
we're
especially
gonna
with the
go
body.
drinking.
I mean, we can always go dump the body somewhere. I mean,
That's
I
true.
prefer to talk to it at least once.
Right.
I'm
And
still of
then
the
I
opinion
prefer to
we
burn
keep
it.
Let's
That makes
go
sense.
drinking then.
We kind of are good.
You know what?
There's blood drag marks. Do we really want to?
Not now. I'm just saying, like
Later.
we should probably
You know
drink all that.
You know
in a
what we
big
should
rave.
do is we should leave the body with Log, and then just walk away and let him help for a while.
What?
I mean, there's
One way or the other, problem will be dealt with.
Why don't we talk to the body and then burn it? And why
Okay, I
don't we
feel like
just
we're
give it
getting
to
a
Oh,
little
God.
off track.
The stuff that seems
Oh,
the
that
most
would've been-
worth keeping.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there's
God, that would
other
be
trinkets and
I know.
Yeah.
Or I would have told.
So like
I
one
know,
of
that
those,
would have been
what you
so
call it, a
cruel.
balalaika? Balalaika? Is that what you called it?
Balalaika, yeah.
Balalaika.
It's like that triangle.
It's a triangle kind of.
Yeah, so I'll grab like
Got
the nicest looking one, the canopic jars, some of the mushroom wine, and a couple extra
Okay,
ropes.
you're gonna the next stop you
Yeah.
guys take.
We gotta-
like you're gonna have to clean this bag.
As soon as we get to a workshop, I'm going to use up a lot of this stuff. So, and the body.
Trishini. You recognize
body?
these canopic jars. They are very finely crafted, and it is, if you were a follower of the god Pharaoh.
I am.
You're like, yeah, okay. So, right. I'm sorry, if you were like a zealot, but you're right. What he's doing is highly offensive,
Taking it?
for sure.
Yeah.
They're not used yet, though.
Yeah, but they might. You're not of the god Pharaoh's like religion, so people like
not like-
stealing something that could be meant for somebody's burial rites is highly offensive.
I'm not stealing, though. I'm recovering. Like, these have just been left here.
You talked to her.
Would it be better,
You've been
would it be
recovering
better to
items
just
this
leave
whole
them
time.
to never be used? Would it be better to just leave them never to be used? Or can we get them back to civilization and find out where they were supposed to
I
end up?
definitely want to get it back to civilization.
Right.
It's not. I don't.
I'm not
we're
saying-
not keeping those.
I'm not taking them for our monetary gain.
Okay.
But I just don't feel like they should be left here to rot underground for thousands of years.
Right. Not
Or-
not in their resting place that they should be anyway.
Have
So,
someone else come along and smash them, or take them and sell them, or
right.
You mean like what we did?
you can take them if it would make you feel better.
I mean, I
You can actually do that.
Yeah. Look,
I'm taking these things, I'm putting them in the bag so that we have.
There's a reason why this is like that. Usually the canopic jars in that religion is or that pantheon or however it is you want to that type of culture, they aren't touched by any of unless except by the creators of them, any of the family members of the deceased or those who inter
Mortuaries.
and who inter the body in them. It is like a sign of respect to not allow them to be touched by literally anybody else. So those who transport them actually carry them in special like type of containers where they don't have to touch them.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you wash your hands before wrapping a body and you wash a body like that. It's like there's a lot of little cultural differences when it comes to that.
Yeah. Just can you keep it in the original wrappings? Thank you.
Definitely can do
And
that.
it's just just make sure it's not in a spot in the bag where it'll get squished. That kind of thing.
Can they be reconsecrated? Not really.
It's not really. You can't. No. I mean, like, how would you like a
Would it be
second
better-
chance in the coffin? Like that's not.
I'm dead. What's it?
If the
If the priest re-blesses it,
so from what you
no,
actually
not
do me a favor, roll a religion check for me.
Okay.
would it be better to leave them here?
16.
16. You are aware that sometimes when these jars are created, a portion of bone is harvested from the being that's meant to be in them and forged into each of the jars, so that there's even a part of the body within the jar, like whether it be crushed down into dust or whatever, and then put into the jar in order to be made. And so each of the jars are specifically made, or if they're set for one individual.
Right.
And if any of them are damaged, that could mean it could be disastrous for the soul of that
The
individual.
afterlife. Yeah.
Like really bad, because you can't remake them with you'd have to harvest a new body part and then their whole body would never be there anymore.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna take one, you're gonna take the whole set.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have enough room in the bag for that?
Clank clank.
No, I mean, are they in a big crate?
They were in it's kind of a crate. It's not a crate. It's more like a mini gondola, like a model gondola, like kind of like a canoe-ish type style that they kind of sat in, surrounded by nice, like a not super fine, but some type of tapestry that wrapped them over, and it was carried by you hold like the bow and the stern of. It looks like that's how it was held and transported.
Would that fit?
So if you did it this way, they'd all fall out.
Yeah. Would it fit into the bag though?
No, the way how wide it is, it won't fit into the opening of the bag. You'd
No.
have to do it this way.
Turn the bag size.
Oh yeah,
Fit it
absolutely.
in.
Yeah, you can do that.
Does
It's the magic. It's that magic.
hammer react to them at all? Are there pieces of the soul actually in the jar?
Okay. Ken, it's please. I'm begging you, get some new dice.
I have like 6 different sets here.
Okay.
Always borrow someone
Kenton, Argus, whoever the fuck you are. Go ahead. Yes, please roll a. I'm gonna say. This is a very good question.
Could I try to point to where like the bone dust would usually be placed?
It's homogeneous. Meaning like it's uniform.
It's like melted into.
So it
the
like
pottery
goes into like the
Yeah.
pottery
It's
clay or
put-
something, and
yeah,
then
something like
and
that.
then it's kind of ends up.
It is mostly ivory in the way that it is made, but there are other like sometimes there's like small jet stones
Enamel
for the
kind of
eyes or
things.
enamels.
Yeah, I didn't know if
and-
there was like an inlay with it or something. But if not,
No, it's
then
not like
fine.
that. It's made to be non-discernible.
Okay.
Go ahead, roll a religion check. I'm really tempted to give you disadvantage because this is not your religion. But Trishini is here, so she can help you with it. So it would be disadvantaged, but it's just a straight roll.
We've spent an hour on an abandoned wagon.
14.
14, not bad. These are containers, phylacteries, if you will, for portions or pieces of souls. Not dissimilar how possibly your doll is. they technically contain what is the smallest trace amounts of what would be welcoming of the soul. It's almost like when you have a blood transfusion and you like make sure that your body can accept the blood. It's kind of like what they did with these jars. It's like making sure that these jars can accept the soul by putting a small infinitesimal portion of the soul, like a stem cell. As it like, does that make sense? Am I fucking up with this analogy? But like, you added just a little bit of you into it, so it recognizes it and is able to
Horcruxes.
hold it.
It's not the whole soul.
Kind of,
Piece of
but like we're talking like 1/7 millionth
Yeah.
of a bit of it. But yes, it is ready to take it. Granted, the pantheon and the worship of the god pharaoh is not widely spread outside of them. It just isn't. They're very, very contained when it comes, an isolationist when it comes to their worship of the.
It's very insular.
Yeah. Yes. It's very insular.
So I get a sense that it will contain a soul, but it doesn't
It could
actually.
Yes. It has the potential to be very good at containing a soul.
Okay.
It's what it was meant for. And not necessarily containing and keeping a soul as prisoner as much as containing and keeping a soul, and then when a ritual is done with it, impart the soul to another area. So it's a catalyst or a what's the word I'm looking for? Mode of transportation, as it were.
Soul bus.
It's a hub.
I said like kind of a bridge between.
Yeah, something like that. So that it could be used in a ritual to input the soul. And you know of other ways of the pyre that burns. If a body is never found and the dead is never burned, the flames just burn and burn and burn
Right.
and burn until you find like your twin, that kind of
Right.
thing. You know of that one dude, what was his name? Back when you were
Yeah.
in...
The one that actually lost his twin.
Actually, you weren't in Babas. That
Nope,
was in...
That was Machete.
That was Machete.
Whoops.
Wrong
Maybe
twin.
she told me about it. Let's say that.
Maybe she did. Okay.
You guys didn't have that big long talk,
We did.
while everybody else was playing beach volleyball.
Beach day.
So
And I get a sense that any soul could have gone into it, or only a certain soul.
It has been primed for a certain soul.
Okay.
However, by examining this, you learn that you could prime containers for certain souls. But you're going to have to talk to her about that. And you're going to have to convince her to, like, tell you more information about how that's done. And you're going to have to also convince her that you're not going to be blasphemous.
I guess never.
blasphemous of other religions? No.
I've always been completely respectful of all religions.
Unless they're elves.
Right.
Unless they're elvish religions.
Yeah.
Cool. So are we gonna?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
we'll
should.
go. We'll go. But just
You're
again,
done
Everybody's dead. You
Yeah.
might as well just move on at this point.
Yeah. let's go ahead and just be
Most
very
of that wouldn't
careful.
actually take us that much time.
Spent like 5 or 10 minutes
Just
Okay, let's go.
butchering,
Okay,
dehorning.
cool. Are we gonna do something? Or
Right.
are we just
You
gonna
just
chill
in
here?
silence, just like start. Ooh. So you start
like
looting the
literally
cart
the whole
and
time,
butchering the rote. Like
It's playing with Nico.
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing. I'm stressed.
Petting Nico. Stress petting.
You're stress petting. Some of the hair on
looks
Nico
familiar.
starts to come off. Nico's
I'm sorry.
too
I'm sorry, buddy.
hard.
That's normal. It's always a
Time
bit
to go.
stress.
yeah. Let's get going.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you can roll survival check at advantage because of your sense of smell. Are you just letting your moon trail behind, or you grab it?
Well, no, so I'll just go and put it in my mouth and. Yeah.
And like, let's have a very dim glow, but not enough to be mechanical light. It's more of like if it was pitch black in a room, you could see it like in the corner somewhere because it would be the only thing giving off light, but it doesn't give off any ambient light. Like, does that make sense?
Like something that's glow in the dark. It's not enough to see by it.
Exactly.
It's just- but you can see it.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna say who is tracking the blood trail.
Anyone trained in survival?
I am.
What's your survival game?
6.
Ooh, okay.
Got that bard thing where he's got like half proficiency in everything.
I actually have proficiency in that one.
Yeah.
And it's wisdom.
So he's kind of good
Jack
at
of all
everything.
trades.
Kind of good at everything. Not great at
Yeah, the only
everything.
class that's better at skills than bards are
Rogues.
rogues.
Yeah.
Because they get expertise and proficiency in like almost everything.
So rogue bards.
Skill monkeys.
Which is actually the original build for Cole was for that.
So yeah, surviving.
And then it
Yeah.
changed.
I'll track the.
I'll cover the back with conch.
Okay.
I'll be in the middle.
I'm gonna be stealthy because I put on armor and it makes me not disadvantaged.
Ooh. And
Just a straight roll, right, TJ? For survivors.
Yes, please. What'd you get on yours? 13. At advantage?
The other one was that
18.
one.
18. 18? Okay. You guys follow the blood trail for a while. The blood trail does eventually, excuse me, after about like 100, 125 feet, it dries up. Because it was just blood that was from there and
Drag away.
right, something wasn't bleeding. You realize now that you for sure know that whatever was being dragged wasn't bleeding. And if it was, it's entirely bled out by now. When that blood trail stops, because you have nowhere else to go, and some of the tunnels do start to branch out every once in a while. Sometimes they're above, and you have to like climb up and get to there. That's what happens. That's when the blood trail stops, and you smell. Okay, we're gonna have to get up there. It's like having a tube there's a tube that goes this way, and another tube that intersects with it, and then they merge. But this tube just kind of goes up and then moves around. You send just a tiny bit of the smell from the top tube, but once you get up there, because you can as a wolf just easily, it's like a 5-foot jump, no big deal. The scent is faded. Like you know this is where they went, but you don't. You can't smell it anymore. The rest of you can climb up there and continue down the tunnel if that's what you want to do, unless you want to backtrack or something else, or do whatever. You had a question?
Show that button. Supposed to be perfectly balanced, so should give you some better rolls.
I love how we've moved to like super novelty dice to military casino balance,
Right.
Precision
military
build aluminum.
Titanium, aluminum, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, what I'm talking about. Like,
Kevin has eyeballs in his dice. I don't know.
Novelty dice are over.
Great.
I've got
Novelty dice are over. I
Novelty
didn't get the
dice
memo.
are out. Our new thing that's in our military balance dice. You
Right.
get them or be lame.
Just hoping it gives you better numbers.
Why would I be any different than I already am?
Okay.
Are we going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's try.
it's the only lead we have.
Eh.
How high up is it?
5 feet.
Oh,
We still going relatively northeast?
I pull my. Are you asking that out loud?
Is it every time you draw it, or is it every? Is it,
I mean,
is there a limit?
we know which direction we were initially going,
Pretty sure it's every
but
time.
like,
I think it's when I draw it, and then and from the way you wrote it, let me read it out. But
Yeah,
I think
just-
I draw it, and it's a flash for like just a minute, and then it disappears.
Yeah, for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
It's just like a bing, and it fades.
but I mean, has the tunnel like wound, or has it been relatively
Yeah, it's not just. Meh. It is
Yeah.
definitely windy, like long
relatively
and wide-
same direction?
long and winding road for sure. But relatively same direction. What did you get? What does it say?
Oh,
Whenever you draw it.
yeah. So when I draw it, it'd be 6 seconds because it's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. Yes, relatively same direction. There are some times where it just kind of like veers to one distinct cardinal direction and then back. So you were kind of heading in a northeasterly direction. Sometimes it just goes straight north, sometimes it goes straight east, but eventually it is kind of making its way in a northeasterly direction. It does go up like you did before, and then it takes a nice deep dip down. And as it does that, you please roll me a perception check. And depending on how you roll, things could go very south very quickly.
Oh no.
Let's see how this new dice does.
Go log.
Perception? 14.
14. You don't have any bonus to perception?
No.
This is sight based, so it's not smell or here, so you don't get advantage on it, right? But you still have dark vision. You still have your devil sight in your wolf form, right?
Yeah, because that's just it's on.
Yeah,
all the
so
time.
because of that, you can see very far ahead, and you see how, as it dips down, it is very slippery. Not like slippery from condensation, but slippery just because there's just no traction at all. It's just very, very smooth stone. And you kind of stop right before it, and a couple of you will do that cartoony thing where you bump into each other, and you almost fall down, but you don't fall down.
Can I see to the bottom of it?
You can see to the bottom of it. You see at the very bottom, it's kind of like a slide at the very bottom of it. You also see, because you have that dark vision, is there are kind of like foot pads, not foot pads,
Holds.
footholds, I'd say, that kind of straddle it if you went into like a wide horseback stance across it. If you wanted to slide down, you could straight up slide down, but it also looks like this was recently used. Like if somebody like went like a wide 5 foot, maybe 6 foot stance and like put their legs to kind of like do one of those straddle split moves down it, you absolutely could. And it does look like that's what we used. And then there's some stuff up top that looks like nails or claws have dug into and just used to bring something down. Like meaning that something could come up this, not just slide down.
Right. So that won't be surprised if there's something down there.
Are you still a wolf? Can you
Yeah.
talk while you're a wolf?
So who are you saying that to?
Oh,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, who are you saying it to?
Whoever's right behind me.
Probably Cole because
Yeah.
of the
Do I smell anything down there?
I'm gonna say because you lost the scent of it. Go ahead.
Or do I
and
smell
roll.
anything different?
Yes, of course, sure. But I'm gonna say this would be a disadvantage, but you have advantage, so just roll a straight roll.
What you were telling me is that it looks like something went this way.
Then I think something might be down there.
I'm gonna relay that. Kind of doing the relay thing.
Sure.
This was perception again, or what did you say?
Perception, straight roll.
12.
12. Something. A little funky. Doesn't spell too different from Argus, though. It smells like Argus, but not like Argus?
maybe it's. I don't know.
Nothing cool.
Right,
still a well-traveled tunnel off the beaten path, which is weird.
I'm going to go out of my wolf form into bugbear form, just so I can have a blast ready in case there is something at the bottom of this. I can just see us like sliding down and into something's home.
Sure.
I just when you got to the edge of it, I'm just picturing like the dog trying to stop on the hard
Yeah,
floor.
that's exactly what happened.
And nails making all that noise.
Yeah. Sure.
I guess we're going
Something
down.
my size climb back up this if they need that wide of a stance.
Ropes.
Yeah.
Zemdak and Argus, you're gonna have a tough time making this wide stance if you want to go down
There's
there.
no way we could.
Unless you wanted to go like arms up against the wall, and legs up against the wall, and just like
Shimmy down.
just shimmy down, like not even touching the ground anymore.
I wasn't
I'd
planning.
slide.
I was planning on sliding anyway.
We're waiting until the other people go down.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go. "Whee!"
Honestly, you put a giant rock slide in front of me, I'm gonna cannonball that.
Speaking of which, like in order to do the wide stance and have the handholds, someone needs to be at least your height.
Cool. So I'm sledding down the hill too.
So
I mean, you can still like put your legs wide. You just won't be able to reach the handholds.
handholds.
Like whatever did come up or down this thing is tall.
Nice.
So I'm probably just going to slide down too and just have a blast ready if there's something. And
Okay.
when I get down there,
Are you gonna slide
Yeah.
or are you gonna climb? Yeah. I'm sorry, I just missed
I just
that.
picked up a couple extra ropes. I'm gonna start tying them together, and I'll anchor
To what?
a
Like to look for something.
hold at the top.
Sure.
somewhere.
Roll an investigation check for me, or investigation. I'm gonna say
20.
20. Yeah, you can find what looks like kind of like a porous stone that's like kind of like almost looks like a kind of old golfer hole.
It doesn't have to hold the whole weight. It's more just like pulling, like to stop yourself from.
Yeah, you can make a makeshift anchor
Sliding.
and just kind of like stow it in there. You don't know how much weight is going to hold, but it'll hold you.
Tie an extra rope to the end of it.
Probably Cole, probably Sofka and Trisheni. Log and Argus, we'll have to see.
DVD.
Tie an extra rope so it's 100 feet long. And
Sure. The tunnel is 110 feet long.
so the last 10 feet, you gotta slide.
That's not too bad.
Last 15 feet, because Ty lost.
Oh, so I'm just gonna like surf down it.
Yeah. What I was expecting, like you and
Yeah.
Trisheni, just like.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting until you guys all go. Right.
Okay.
Who's going first?
You got an extra shield?
Do you want to do it?
They're all covered in gold
Right.
and covered in silver.
I'll.
Never mind.
Legend of Zelda. Shield surf style.
I was kind of imagining Cole like pretending he's sliding down the hill.
Yeah. Like a disc sled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was
I
picturing.
still have an extra one if you really want to do that. It's
I'm
gonna be
willing to
loud.
give it a shot. Yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot.
It's gonna be loud though. We're trying to sneak up. Maybe not do that.
Sliding down this thing. You think sliding down this thing's going to be silent?
No, but the shield might be extra.
Extra loud.
Yeah.
Metal scraping on stone versus
But scraping on stone.
cloth or leather scraping on stone.
Right.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and slide down.
Go ahead, roll a dexterity saving throw while you're sliding down. See if you don't fall on your ass or hit your head on the ceiling.
11.
11. So you go to slide and immediately, bang, just right at the top. So you don't even get to the slide. You transform and you like do the jump where you were about to slide, but the roof of that part is so low that your head just, and you get knocked down. Ow! You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. You don't start sliding it. You just walked into the wall.
That smarts.
And then you feel your body slowly
Over the edge.
edging off the edge.
Lock, hurry up. Push him around that way.
As you like rubbing your head, you're like,
I just go with it.
so it's not a surf, it's more of like,
Not as cool of an entrance as
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
make.
do you wait for him to get to the bottom or are you guys jumping in?
I'll go after. You know. With Shakara on my shoulder as the guinea pig, I'm using. Yeah, I'm warging into him and using his. Yeah. So I can
Okay.
see.
Do you jump right after him or do you wait for him to get to the
I'll
bottom?
wait. I'll wait a little bit.
Okay, so you wait for him to get to the bottom. You
Not all the way, but
you want it like halfway?
halfway.
Okay. You wait till him to get halfway, you jump in, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's cocked. Better. I think dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you do it, you're like, you got it perfectly. And you are moving much faster than Log. Because you did it so well. So you catch up to him like right at the bottom. Both of you please roll dexterity saving throws.
14.
Not doing any better, is it?
No. 10.
You want to borrow some of mine, dude? I've got tons.
Okay,
Let's find one that works.
so this is really interesting. So you get to the bottom, and the momentum of the front of your body is more than the bottom of your body as your feet just kind of dig into the very, because it's not like a smooth thing. It's an angle like that. So you go, your feet get stuck here, and your head just goes, and you just go and face plant into the thing. You have to jump over him or be in a dog pile with him. So you like kick flip over him and end up with your like face over his shoulder or your legs over his shoulders and look down at him and you look up and like under up Trish and he's dressed and you're like, oh.
I've got like,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't see anything. It's just like that's where you end up landing.
Right.
It's like you almost step on his head.
Right.
But you
Sorry.
miss him.
I mean, sorry.
I'll go after them.
Okay, you sliding?
Let's get out of the way.
You sliding or climbing?
I'll slide.
You slide? Dexterity saving throw.
You got it. That is at least a 15. Probably more like a 17 when I get D&D Beyond up. Yep, 17.
17. You get in there and you're like, how do you slide? Like on your feet, on your butt, on your
I'm
legs?
on my feet.
You're on your feet. You're like, wee, and
No, I'm kind of doing the like thing where like people are like sliding and they're like sliding into like on like
like a log flume, kind of like
no like
water slide?
you know like when you slide on when you have socks on and you're like sliding on hard.
across the hardwood
yeah.
floor.
I'm like doing like
it's
that.
Great,
Trying to
great.
keep your feet.
And
Yeah.
Nico's on your shoulder going,
Yeah, and he goes like that.
like loving it. Is like freaking out. Like, yay! Wee!
Yeah, Rasputin comes up too.
You can at that point have enough time to just roll out of the way. Wait, she was helping me.
Yeah, I helped him up.
You helped him up. You helped him up, and you do just fine. Yeah, the only reason why you had to roll dexterity saving throw at that point was because you were not in a good position. Great. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, cool.
Sliding.
Are you gonna wait till they get to the bottom?
No, I'll go down like they did about halfway. When Sock
Okay,
about
cool.
halfway down.
Dexterity saving throw. You get up and you look around.
like take out.
You see some movement, and just like there's a cavern here. There's some movement here. Oh,
Don't think so.
oh yes.
19.
19. You do fine. How do you slide?
I'm gonna slide on my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that little kid, like going like up towards the edge of the slide, and then does a little push, and just, like, and then just goes down.
Yeah.
Timidly water slide style.
Great. Cool. All right, Zemdak and Argus.
Go.
All right, I'll slide down.
Clink, clink, clink.
Hey, I'm wearing my.
Breastplate.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
Sneaky.
I got it. 6.
So you turn around and you look at Zemdak, you're like, watch this. And you immediately trip and go face down.
I'm planning on going face first.
Oh, perfect. You go face first, except like you're constantly spinning while you're going, oh, shit. Fuck.
You're on your the breastplate like catches and you start
Yeah, you start doing this.
corkscrewing.
You were talking about the shield that I was gonna slide down to. We've got a breastplate now going flat down there. It's the same exact thing.
Because you're small enough to just keep turning, and it's you just.
Oh, I'm just imagining like this is sparks coming off metal.
So am I gonna have to roll a con save at the bottom?
So you, so you like totally ninja star your way and starfish your way down, and see come sliding out the bottom like. Do you think Argus would get dizzy?
I mean, how often are you a spinning door?
That's up to you. That's up to you. How often has Argus been spinning down a slide before?
Well, and how does Argus handle the spins as a drum dwarf too?
Oh, 14.
14. You're okay. Doesn't feel great. But you're okay. Zemdak, what do you do?
Imagine sparks coming
Pull
out
out a sack.
you as you're going
An
down.
empty sack.
Oh, like a burlap sack.
If anybody can hear it that far up the tunnel, you hear a tiny little cannonball. I take a little running start and I jump off the edge.
It's great because he takes this little running start and he jumps, and it's like is the sound that he makes because he's so tiny. He's like, and he doesn't go anywhere near as fast as any of you because he has much less weight on his body, and you just like and pop up at the end of it.
Land on the little sack so it like cushions me and like helps me glide down.
Roll your dexterity saving throw just in case for me, just in case you trip over this sack.
And what about Paul?
No.
I'm dizzy.
4.
So here's what happens. You hear
It was a natural 1.
the natural one. So this is what you do. You hear and you hear because rather than going there's enough room here. Rather than sliding, you go end over end over end over end over end over end over end, over end all the way.
The sack didn't have the track.
Because the sack gave it more traction. So,
Got caught.
yeah. Yeah.
And then Conk comes slowly,
Sure, he walks
carefully
down.
climbing.
Sure, I'll
down the
say
tunnel.
roll-
Speed.
Right.
he has a climb speed, so yeah, so he can just do that. He just clang, clang, clang. Perfect.
How conscious are you when you hit the bottom that way?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say go ahead and take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's anybody who's ever tumbled down a set of stairs knows that you hurt by the end of it.
It hurts.
It's fair.
Great. So you saw and noticed what I told you.
But do I see like an actual person,
See
or do I just hear
movement.
that?
You see movement, but it's like a little. It was just like because you have to like get around the corner and you can't quite see around the corner. You can decide whether you want to move around the corner, make yourself more exposed, or to see whatever it was that it was. Because you could still see. It's just it was behind cover, and you just saw like something and you heard sounds.
I have a question.
Sure.
Because I'm using Shakar and he has blind sight at the moment, would I be able to see around corners?
If you warg into him, you mean?
I
What's
have
the
been
range of
warged
his
into
blind
him.
sight?
I warged into him to see.
What's the
as I
range of a
went down.
bat's blind sight?
That is 60.
60 feet. Yes, via echolocation. If you want to. Oh my God, that's perfect. I love you so much, and that's so weird and so wrong.
I know.
Okay, so great, yeah. With guinea pig squeaks. With echolocation, you sense there's some short individual on the other side of it. You can't make out like facial features because that's not how echolocation works, but you can sense that there's a living, moving, short individual beyond the other side of the wall.
Do you see that?
I mean, I thought I saw something.
Just to be humanoid.
I heard something.
Okay. Certainly
Try
human.
and talk to it just to mess with it.
How far away is it?
About like 50 feet.
Here's guinea pig noise.
Right.
Yeah, we should.
Is that a guinea pig? What's a guinea pig doing down here?
We really like to prank NPCs.
What the fuck are you doing? And I'll put on do that message.
Okay. Right, sure. Oh! 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 Is that what I'm doing? I'm trying to figure out where I am. Is there?
God.
Which
What
one?
is it? Really?
Yeah.
You're so more raspy than I thought you'd be.
Can we hear the voice talking back?
Yes.
Okay.
Backlog.
That was fun.
Shh. Are you
you say-
okay, Morgan?
Did you say you were
I
lost?
think you got bitch slapped.
Did you say you were lost? I mean, I'm smacking him on the thigh. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, you come in the right area, you can put log down if you want.
Just like jumps.
It's more like a backhand. Like, stop it. Did you say you were lost?
Yeah. It's who's that?
Travelers.
I told you.
No. Oh, well, Morgan and friends.
Yeah.
New group name.
He's not really Moradin.
All right.
That's kind of
Who are
blasphemous.
you?
A little too blasphemous.
Yes. Yes, it's quite blasphemous. Yes.
Travelers. We also are lost in the tunnels.
I can't see you. Where are you?
Back around the corner behind you.
We'll light up.
Ooh.
I still have my crossbow bolt with that light
Yeah.
on it, too.
I see the light.
That's us.
Ooh, I think I twisted my ankle.
Were you thrown down here? Or did
Insight.
you climb down?
No, it's a little fuzzy. Something knocked me in the head, if I remember correctly, and then I woke up here.
Can I insight him?
Sure.
Do you want this back?
No.
Pretty hard to read. I mean, it's like a guy that's in trouble.
What were you doing before something hit your head?
Oh, you know, just traveling.
By
Thank
yourself?
you. No. Oh, hey, where are they? Oh no, I lost them. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. Ah, dear.
Were you driving the cart we found?
Right. Yes, I was. You found it?
What was left
Is,
of it? Yeah.
is everything okay? Nothing's taken?
It looks like it was ransacked.
There was a few things like ransacked and
no! That's horrible.
Major bloody rotate.
Roll, all y'all, please roll a deception check, please.
Didn't say anything.
I didn't say
For those
anything.
that didn't, you don't have to.
Okay.
All right, it's me, Log.
All right,
I
guys.
specifically shot.
Oh, nat 20. Plus my deception is plus 5, I believe. Yeah, so 25.
Yeah, you're the one that started it, so yeah. Anybody get really, really bad?
I got an 8. Luckily, I have a +6 on my deception.
So you roll a 2?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
it was just the two of us saying shit.
I don't trust one of those voices, but you sense really trustworthy. More than I trust you implicitly.
Good follower. Good follower.
Are you a human or a bugbear? Like, can he see
He's a
us?
bugbear.
Yeah, at the moment I'm a bugbear.
No, he's like, I can't see you. I can see the glow from where you are, but I'm still around the corner. I was having trouble moving because I think I sprained or twisted my ankle.
I want to inside check that.
Okay.
You know what hit you?
Not really.
Because it killed your rote.
Oh no,
22.
Betsy. 21,
22.
22. He's hurt.
Okay.
Sounds
Make sure it's
very
not trying to-
intense.
Yeah.
Should we be scared?
Like, ambush there.
Who was on the cart
I
with
can't
you?
come near you.
Exactly.
Well, you know, just other people that were traveling with me.
Why were you traveling?
You know, because, you know, sometimes you have to get from point A to point B, sometimes C and D along the way, and maybe even Z.
How many other people were there?
About 6 or 7.
Okay.
Oh, I'm really concerned for their safety. Whatever hit me must have taken them.
I'll walk around the corner.
You walk around the corner, you see this very well-dressed, would be well-dressed, individual that's in a cloak, but under the cloak is like well-dressed dwarven male individual. Like it looks like he's a person of some means, but was trying to like hide that fact with the cloak. And he is like on the ground, on his side, like nursing his ankle. Like, oh, there you are. Oh,
We did
so glad you found me.
save a few things. We were going to take them back to Minheim
Yes.
so they could find their original destination, and I believe this is yours, and I'll hand him the badge.
I didn't even realize I lost it. Thank you very much. He just attaches it to like a part of the metal part of his like nice garment and adornment. It would have been really embarrassing if I ended up back without that. Appreciate it.
Our Kenran friend notified us that the jars that you were transporting
Yes.
were specifically important. We have those carefully.
Those were like packed up. How did you?
Ransacked wagon.
Right. As Moradin said. Right.
She notified us of their importance.
Are all of you coming around the corner now?
I'm gonna go around the corner. Yeah,
I'm going to come
Are you log?
I have them carefully packed away.
Yeah, I mean, if they're all doing it all.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait for him to realize.
Where's Moradin?
So, I love this.
Oh.
It's just claiming he's more.
You're a lot different than I expected you to be.
A lot
Both
cooler,
gods
right?
are.
That was a mean trick. I don't like that. No, not at all.
You said you were injured.
Yes, my ankle.
Let me see if I can help you out.
Sure, roll medicine check. Are you trained?
He is. None of the rest
I am.
of us are.
I am.
You trained in medicine, sir?
Yes.
Not
Are you a
required.
healer?
No.
I have my daily Goodberry ration. I'll eat this. It should at least make you feel better.
It's very good.
It's a berry.
Yeah.
It's a good berry.
It's a magical
If
berry.
you're hungry, please eat it.
Told you it was good. Not as good I'm used to, but still good.
25 on the medicine.
Only the
25
one way
in
to
medicine.
make 'em.
Yeah, you can patch his ankle up enough that he can walk on it.
Yeah.
Now you can give him like a nice big old ace bandage, fashion a crutch, and he'll be able to like move.
I do that.
Take
Where are you coming from?
you know, a ways.
A ways isn't a location. A ways is a direction. Where are
Okay,
you coming
look,
from?
Mr. Nosy. You know, you'd have your do your travel. I'll do my travel.
He clearly doesn't want to help. Let's go back up the tunnel.
Well, now wait. I mean, I could really use if you could carry me. That'd be great. Wherever it is you're going, maybe back to my cart, please.
What about the rest of your?
Oh yes,
Companions.
please rescue them.
What was the last time you saw them?
When we
You
were
got
in the
knocked out?
cart together.
So you don't know how you got here.
Something must have hit me on the head because it's mighty swollen. Ooh. Ooh, I got a big headache.
Want some arcane?
What?
Log.
Drugs.
No.
Oh.
I mean, sure.
I mean, it could help.
No, it was.
It
The
won't.
sacred powder of Morden.
No.
It's a sacred right. You know?
Not even.
Just ignore
You're
him.
gonna argue with Morden?
As I said, he said he's a trickster. Just
I go over to Log and I slap him. You're being mean. No,
back around the corner. There's a
kind of.
slide. The rope doesn't reach all the way down, but you can pull yourself up eventually.
Eventually, okay.
Well, maybe
keep
not
going.
with his crutch.
We'll keep going to try and find your.
Oh,
Companions.
great. Yeah.
What do they look like?
I was blurry. All I saw was
Ooh.
big
There was-
gray thing, something.
There was
maybe
no one
more.
else there. Who are we looking for?
Oh, well, a couple humans and mostly humans.
All humans?
Yeah, you know what? Look, I'll level with you. They were just trying to get out of the city. They got in trouble with the guilds, and I just wanted to find a new way out, start
Just
a new life somewhere.
strange that they would be down here.
Which city?
Fair enough.
Oh, just got out the meantime. You know, they had some debts they didn't want to deal with, and you know,
And you're a part of Tokrin, and you.
yeah, well, you know,
Coin is coin.
you
That's true.
have a, like, if you buy someone's debt, then they're like indebted to you instead. So they prefer to be indebted to Tokrin than
So-
the guild.
So
So,
you're from Midnight.
more or less.
Do I recognize this guy?
Can I,
Go
can I
ahead.
insight check all this shit that he's saying?
Roll a history check for me. Absolutely, you can insight.
Natural one.
Nope.
Remember, if I'm
guy's your
trained in it, I can't do it.
This guy is your enemy. He's your enemy. You should attack this guy. He's your enemy. He's part of the guild. He's the head of the guild. He's your enemy.
Doesn't like me.
12 on insight.
12 on insight. Yeah, it's a little hard to read, but it doesn't appear to be like making any overt like falsehoods, as far as you can tell. It doesn't really. You don't really really understand the intricacies of the financial thing,
Right.
so it doesn't. You don't know enough about it to be like whether that checked out or not.
It doesn't seem like he's full of BS to me, though. Like, it's basically what we're saying.
Does he smell like the perfume?
Roll a perception check. You can do it at advantage because you're right. You're standing right next to him now. Ooh, big high die.
16.
16. Yeah, a little bit. Right. It also smells like something else. It doesn't smell good.
Is he the one who's covered in blood? Like, do we see the blood on him to verify?
His cloak does have blood on it.
Okay.
And so do his boots.
Did I hear you correctly? Did you say that a big gray thing took them off?
Oh, yeah, from what it's kind of coming back to me now. Sorry, my head is killing me. Yes, just a big wall of moving gray, just kind of from what just came out of nowhere, and then I was bleary-eyed and head hurt, and I woke up here.
Are there any other tunnels within this cavern that we're in?
There is this one on the far end. Roll survival check.
6.
6. You don't know where it leads.
Hey, so it'd be great if one of you could escort me back to me cart, and the others go rescue the people that's might have that you said weren't there anymore. That'd be great, and then I'll make sure that Tokrin gives you a good firm handshake or some other way or some or another. Put in a good word for you. Ow.
How about we get you to the top of the slide?
And then push him back down.
Well, that doesn't seem very nice.
It sounds kind of funny, though.
Are you sure you're here to rescue me?
No, we're
getting a
here
little-
traveling, and we just found.
We're just, I don't know, I just don't trust the guilds, Mr. I'm from Tokrin.
I am from. It's a badge. I'm from Tokrin. My name is Naslin Tokrin. Okay.
Naslin?
An AZLIN.
You're a little off standoffish, you know. Oh boy.
I rolled the nat one. Well,
Yeah.
We'll get you back up the steepest part, and then it's just you're taking the tunnels southwest
Oh boy.
back to your cart.
Okay. And what do I do with the cart? Okay. I guess that's my problem. Well, I suppose I could try to catch another rote. You know where I could buy a rote around here? Is there a nearby place? Is there an outpost
There's
nearby?
one in Minheim.
Oh, great. No, I'm not going back there, because that's where it just came from.
The outpost is destroyed. It was destroyed a couple
Sorry?
of days ago.
What?
Yeah, kind of walking into
Somebody, there was a giant worm. Something screamed, "Matra guy."
What? Destroyed? No. What? No. The whole outpost? How?
Yeah.
It's like stuck to the
Cave
rim
in.
with... Oh, the...
Black powder.
How? No, dwarven engineering doesn't... No, that doesn't just
With
collapse.
Giant worm, cart full of black powder.
Big fire.
Cave.
Shit. Oh, no.
We ended up here because we had to jump down the worm tunnel.
Hey, this is not good.
No.
So are you sure you want to go back up to the cart? Or do you want to kind of hide here and maybe be out of the way?
Eden?
Sure.
I mean, no rote, anything like that. There's a good chance you're going to be eaten anyway.
Here,
If you go-
I'll make a deal with you. If you escort me back to civilization...
We're gonna go look for your traveling.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. After that, if
That-
one of you stays with me to keep me safe, and the rest of you go, I'll make it worth your while. I can give you compensation when we get back to civilization.
What kind of compensation?
Oh, well, you know my name.
What if my invisible friend just stays with you?
He's real.
Moradin?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
You gotta creep me out.
The person I've heard that.
Okay.
Really, he's a good guy.
All right.
He's more creepy than he is.
Does it have a sword? Or a hammer?
He's got some chicken legs with big claws on him.
Velociraptor style.
Anybody else?
You could always stay with me.
Sure,
I
that's
could
fine.
light you on fire.
What? Why are you so hostile?
You could come with us.
Yeah.
We're, I mean,
to the things? No.
I mean, you can hang back behind us.
Right.
You,
We'll
you
protect
kind of
you.
have
In
two
safety.
options. You can stay here and hang
Oh,
back,
boy.
or you can come with us.
Whatever
We're all going
attacked you
together.
is gonna need all of us to fight it off. I
You
don't.
can also light him on fire. It's the third option.
Fine.
I mean, guild or not, I don't think you should just light him on fire.
That's a little rough.
He hasn't done anything specifically to
Argus is pissed. I love it.
That you know of.
him specifically has not done anything to deserve being lit on fire.
that you know
That
of.
you know
He
of.
speaks the truth.
To us,
I am an innocent
to
rich
us.
person.
Just don't do it. Okay, let's talk about it later. I don't like this guy.
I was
It's an option.
Yeah, fine.
prices with, or negotiations with no prices mean nothing.
How
What
much
are
you
you?
got on
What
you?
are you trying? Yeah, what are you offering?
I could give you a down payment. How does Ted Platinum sound?
You guys go ahead. I'll stay here with him. No.
What?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have it like on you right
Yeah,
now?
here you go. ting, 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 onto the floor.
Oh yeah.
I tell that
How about-
there's more where that came from.
How about we escort you a safe distance behind us?
All right, but like, I prefer if you like.
You won't
formed
even
a-
have to
A
walk.
circle perimeter around me. 'cause
You won't even have to walk.
You won't get paid if I die. I
And
don't
you're-
have so much on me.
You won't even have to walk, and your escort is combat capable.
Oh. Oh, you're one of them tinkers. Well, that's so wonderful. Yes. It sounds like I can get down with that. Yeah, so it's like you can carry me?
Yes.
Oh, that's the kind of treatment I'm used to. Wonderful. Yes, I can do that.
I hate this guy.
Conk will pick him up.
Can he like walk backwards so he can put his body between me and whatever it is that happens?
You can ride on his back.
That works.
I hate this guy.
I mean-
This sucks.
Yes, go for it.
It's just like fucking
dial?
rich people.
The dial right there.
Disgusting.
Be careful of it. It'll give you a little bit of a shock if you touch it.
Oh, really? What the fuck?
It would actually bite him. It's the mimic.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, really? So he goes. Let it go! Let it go!
I feed it some jerky.
Ah.
I said be careful.
Rich, I don't listen to what people tell me to do.
I hate this
I
guy.
start lighting his cloak on fire.
You do? You do? Okay. Please roll d4 for me, please.
D4. 1.
1. He takes 1 point of fire damage as you light his clothes.
One of
I
Kong's
didn't say
exhaust.
It's bloody cloak that's hanging
He's,
behind him.
yeah, I mean, he's wearing it.
One of Kong's exhaust vents goes, like blows it out.
Next time somebody tells you not to do something, you might want to listen to them.
And you are incredibly hostile.
Yeah, because you suck.
Man, we hate the guy. We know you're mad that I was mean to him.
My reason is I rolled in that one.
I hate this guy. He's rich. He's an asshole. He's like, I don't know. I don't listen. I'm like, shut up.
I have lots of money though. I can pay you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or we can
we'll take care of you. It's
Or
just
well, I
listen.
could pretend to be you and just go take all your money.
Yeah, or
I
we
turn
can
into
just,
him on stilts.
You are very hostile. All of you are very, very hostile. I'm sensing a lot of hostility here. It's like that was very hurtful what you just did.
What, looking like you was hurtful? I mean, your face is kind of, you know.
Look, just like it was a dig on my height, and I'm a little hurt.
I can make you a lot hurt.
No, just
Okay,
listen.
stop.
Just,
So hostility.
just please listen.
I'm injured. Ooh, ah.
I hate
help
this
me.
guy.
We are
Can
helping
make you
you.
injured.
Just listen to us. You have to, though. If
You know, we can always just leave you here and just tell your family that we found you perished in the tunnel.
Look, let's not jump to any hasty conclusions or decisions, right? I mean, look, I am someone who has money. I can pay you money. I can
Keep 'em alive.
Do you like money? Do you like? You guys like money? Yeah, it's probably in your best interest.
And
to keep
I'm
you alive.
sure your family would pay us handsomely for a word that you had accidentally died out here.
Maybe we kill you and bring their body. Whoa, that was really dark. I'm sorry. Sofka's like getting this like
I'm just
class rage, and she's
I
like,
know.
"What's happening? What is happening within me?"
I think just listen to us. Everything will be okay. But it is a dangerous place down here. So just
And don't start yelling at people about being hostile in a dangerous place.
we are here to help.
Sort of.
Mostly.
No,
Not you.
We did follow you to here. We could have just left. We could have seen your cart, left it, and walked on. We did try and follow you. We are trying to help.
Why do you have the stuff on my cart?
It was ransacked.
What do you mean, stuff from your cart?
Like my badge and
We took it to you.
because we're
idiot.
trying to bring it to you. I didn't want the knapsack jars to get hurt in any way. That would be very bad for.
Plus,
So,
if
just
we
so I
didn't,
get things straight.
Why were you
How do I
transporting
know?
Knop jar?
How do I know that you weren't the ones who clocked me on the head and now are blackmailing me?
Are any of us
Say-
gray?
I mean, you're blackish gray is kind of
Guy's
the down.
I'm half black.
Are you sure you don't need to light him more on fire?
No, no.
I hate this guy.
If you know, I'm going to say, we had your badge. We could have easily just left, turned your badge in, and told your family that we found it and you were
Okay.
dead.
Okay.
We actually came. We found you. You're. I fixed your leg.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
So you know,
I gave you the
take
10
what you
platinum,
will.
right? Yeah. You got the 10 platinum.
Conk will carry you, so you don't even have to walk on your leg.
Does he talk?
No.
I like him.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Okay, Sofka.
Let's continue on.
I love how angry Sofka is.
Cole's like grabbing like Sofka and just being all like, Sofka, let's
Stop
just,
just like, hold me back, bud.
come on, hold me back. Sofka, let's go this way.
Grievances notwithstanding,
I cast thaumaturgy, my eyes just
Oh,
go
man.
fire.
how about we just keep going? Just keep going. We'll try to find the rest of them.
Yep.
Rescuing victims.
It's not a victim. He stole it.
Not him, not him.
The humans
Not
are
him,
victims.
the others.
Fine.
I'm fine rescuing the humans.
Okay, let's rescue the humans.
So determined.
Cole's gonna look at me. You're not tax collectors, are you? That would be
Yes.
bad.
That's like their
No.
main.
I know.
I mean,
Him specifically, no.
technically
But
debt collectors, but we just buy other people's debt,
His-
so they're not under
his
the
clan,
heel of
yes.
the guild. Actually, it's a very lucrative business, and it actually does help them.
I thought he was a part of the guild.
Debt collectors are different
talking
things from
think he
tax
is. How
collectors.
bad you rolled on insight. You think he's lying?
Debt collectors are a different thing from tax collectors.
Wasn't
Just
insight, that
I'm
was-
gonna say it.
let's just.
History.
You guys,
Basically, they could be in the guild debtors prison, but instead we bought their debt, and they pay us back with interest, and they get to still live a free life and like work, and we make more money off of it. So it actually works for both people.
Zog,
Yeah, it sounds
just
like a payday loan.
see if you can find another trail. See if you can.
More like Bill Bond.
Yeah. That's fucked up. I hate this.
Let's get these guys going.
What do they smell like?
What?
Zemdak's like pushing.
The humans. What do
It's
they
like
smell like?
This is not going well. Let's go. Let's go.
Take the time to sniff them?
Oh, what good are you?
Obviously
Yeah,
not
money.
any good.
Yeah, because money does a lot of
Asking
things
him
for us.
questions, I don't think is going to help at this point. I
We
think
should just gag them.
No.
Ooh, that's a great
I
idea.
mean,
look, we'll leave him far enough behind that he can't hear us and we can't hear him.
Just throws a gold at you, Sofka. Please stop being mean.
There's only one
grab
tunnel
it.
out of here.
I
Let's.
spit on him.
You spit on him.
Yeah. Disgusting. Rich people.
Usually, people when I pay people, they're nicer.
There's only one tunnel out of here. Let's just let's go.
Yeah,
The gold.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Come on,
you're gonna take
come on,
the
guys.
gold piece.
Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
He's like, I'm gonna take the fucking gold piece and add it to my D&D Beyond.
No, that's what I'm like. I can just see Sofka like grabbing it,
Yeah.
and as he's putting it into his pouch, still just like spitting on him, like, "You gave me gold, but fuck you."
They still go for
Come on,
me.
come on,
This
come
is
on, come on,
fucking
come on.
fail.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Sofka, let's go
Grabbing
this
and
way.
walking.
Just deep breaths. Conk, I want you to walk 120 feet behind us.
He said, like, "Ooh, what does this slot do?" And he's
Don't
the gold piece
cut.
into like the mouth slot.
You just hear it like clink, 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 clink. You can do that as much as you want. It's not gonna do much, but feel free.
I like the sound of it.
Feel free to keep entertaining
It's
you.
a machine that he has to keep constantly paying it for it to move.
it's a slot.
Really?
If you get lucky, a vent of magical air will burst out in a colored light.
Oh, great.
I hate
I'm just
this.
imagining.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 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 Go.
Wait.
So the thing is that he keeps doing that. You hear the echo. You know, the clink, 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 clinkety, clink, 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 clink.
That's fucking stupid.
Making quite a bit of noise. He's not dumb. He's just sheltered. Like he's
So
he's
he's
not.
dumb.
I'm just imagining him like filling the inside of Conk up enough that the gold
Yeah.
starts to catch on his ears.
So you start to hear like as like there's probably over 10 gold in his body now.
Fucking
You
idiot.
tell him to stop.
It might be better for the purposes of whatever attacked you not to hear you doing.
That's why you're the rescuers.
You are much nicer than me because my reaction is, platinum works better than the gold of a Ludlow fish.
Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Naslin,
Come on. Come on.
What he did so. What?
Conk, do what you can to protect this man. If you first get into battle,
He's got like
Keep him
a crew
back.
cut and wearing like a popped collar of part of these like red, nice and gold finery robes, and just being coddled like, oh yes, tender. So careful with the ankle. Thank you. Yeah, good job. Have a plan.
let's go.
Once we're far enough up, I'm going to lean in Argus and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this dwarf? He's not normal.
He's from the guild.
He said he was from.
He's from the guild. Don't trust him.
As much as dwarves covet shiny things, it also starts to rot their brain when they collect enough of it.
That's true for everyone.
Clearly.
I just love your look at him right there.
The wealthier they are, the more corrupt they are.
I'm not.
That's true for everyone.
No.
I say, and I like
just love
spit on the
when he
ground.
said it the way you looked at me, just like,
Soft feels like piss now.
I think it's an actual dwarven condition though. Like it's like gold sickness.
Like
You get
gold
enough of
brain?
it. You get enough of it, and it just starts.
Yeah, it's not exclusive to dwarves either.
I
It's
know.
exclusive. No. I'm saying like as far as Zemdak is concerned, like it's not exclusive to dwarves either. It's more common with dwarves just because they are the ones that do a lot of the mining and find the riches. But it is. It's not like a sickness. It's more of like a psychological corruption. And it most likely stems from a lot of the lore tales of them finding like cursed treasures. Granted, there's still truth in that power and wealth corrupts, for sure.
I mean, for my background though, like
Yeah.
dwarves are going to be the ones that have the riches.
Yeah, you could
In
be a
my
little racist
experience.
if you want to be.
There might be a couple of rich gnomes out there, but
doesn't your family own a garnet mine?
garnets are like cheap stones.
Still a mine.
Yeah, it's
My
not
family
doing,
is dead and
it's
knows
not
nothing.
doing it as great as it used to do.
No, I know,
Like
but
the dwarves were done with it, and they're like, "Yeah, you can have it." So we're like scraping by, finding a stone every once in a while, kind of thing.
Okay, so you guys move on to the tunnel on the far side.
I pass Zemdak another good berry. Here's the replacement for. Yeah.
Are you guys trying to move stealthily?
Yes.
And you told him to stop clinking?
Yes.
Okay.
and he's also 120 feet
A
behind.
little
us,
persuasion
too.
check, please.
Jesus. 15 on die.
What is that? 16?
Plus 0.
So 15. He's like, okay.
Yeah, I told him, for the sake of the thing that happened,
Yes.
you should probably not make much noise.
Okay. Hey,
And I told Conk to
Yes.
stay 120 feet, at least 120 feet behind us.
yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Okay, everybody roll stealth for me. Whoever has disadvantage has to roll with disadvantage. I don't think actually anybody does.
No, because he changed out his armor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
All right.
23.
9.
12.
21.
13.
13. Okay, the average is still pretty good.
Like 15 or 16, somewhere in there.
Argus, the reason why you make a lot of noise is because you kind of hang back a little bit because you're really suspicious of this dude, and you end up being like alongside with it, and you see him like pull out a coin and like go do the thing. And what do you do as he's about to?
I line up my hand and put it right next to his.
Oh, you burn him. Okay, please roll your.
He's
fire
behind
damage.
us.
Yeah, 120 feet.
Yeah, that means you're 120 feet from the group.
Wait. You told me I was that. You told me I was right next to him. Right? Not.
You can be if you want to be. I mean, I just had the image in my head was that you were so
As we're
suspicious of
leaving-
him that you were like,
As we're walking ahead,
As you're walking
you
away,
look back at him
like you just kind of
suspiciously,
meander a little bit.
and you see him about to drop a coin.
I'll light up my hand and be like, "Don't do it."
Roll an intimidation check.
That one. It was a 4, so close enough.
Clink, 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 clink.
5.
He's like, I'm sensing a lot of hostility here.
I'm glad you're very insightful. Put down the coin.
How about I give you the coin and you don't look at me anymore?
Good deal.
Great. Stop looking at me. Okay. Okay, how many more?
These aren't platinum.
No, those are gold.
No, I said that these aren't platinum.
That's what he's
says
saying.
that out loud.
That's what he's
I'm out
saying.
of platinum. Okay.
Okay.
You get 5 gold coins, I think that was. Or something.
I think it was 4.
I think it was 4.
Still.
Okay, now go away, don't look at me.
Great, you guys move along. Who got bad? 12 and what'd you get?
No, I got a 21.
You got 21. You got 4?
13.
13.
Yeah, I think
12 and
it's
13
I got a
and
9.
9. Yeah, so you made quite a bit of like light and noise. Do you still have your bolt lit up?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Otherwise, I can't see shit. So
Still the average was pretty good with some of you. Are you in bugbear form?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You move forward through this. Everybody then, please, who got over a 15 on their stealth, because if you didn't, you were making too much of your own ambient noise to hear anything. Whoever got over a 15 in stealth can please roll a perception check for me.
I like the people who have the highest perception didn't hear shit.
Hey, I got a good perception.
Yes, you did.
Can it be hearing based? Or...
Can it be?
It is absolutely hearing based.
Excellent. All right.
We are kind of the highest perception.
What's your perception?
Right, you're fully warged into the bat as right now.
Well, not the
Right, no,
bat.
you're 19.
The
Right.
flying
Guinea pig. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, we're both 19 on pass.
Oh, I'm 18 on
Yeah.
so, okay. Okay.
I don't have that.
6.
We're training in it.
Right,
6.
whereas I have Jesus expertise and training in it.
15?
That's
15.
That's,
15,
Because if I hit that, that would be
19.
19. Anybody? That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
those
we
are-
were-
Those 3.
You said 4 or something like that?
6.
6,
15.
15, and 19. Okay. You don't hear anything. Sofka. You hear what sounds like coming from around the bend in a chamber that could possibly echo a little bit just because of its acoustics. Sounds like snapping and cracking bone. And then
Sucking out the marrow.
I like stop everyone before we go around the bend. Like do the like.
okay.
What?
What do you hear?
Like coming towards us.
No.
Like a lot of it. There's something in there. It's like eating bones, I think.
Is that smell from earlier, that bad smell, is that getting stronger?
Just in case. It's probably more bugs. Just prepare yourself.
Cole gives you 1,000-yard stare.
we need to talk about that sometimes. I think Cole's starting to get driven to madness over that stuff. Just bug after bug after bug.
Bugs.
I mean, we already have a bunch.
If any of them are still alive. If any of them are still alive, we need to go.
Right.
Or they get eaten.
Cool. Okay.
Are you guys going to try to sneak into the chamber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody roll stealth checks again.
Pass without a trace.
Oh, yay!
That will not affect Conk and
Yeah.
They're
and,
way back.
They're way back. Though.
Yeah, Naslin because they are.
And then it's 10, right?
Plus 10.
Yeah, I needed that.
Thank you for +10.
All right, let's go around. Zemdak,
26.
Sofka,
Hold up. I forgot to add my bonus. That is 30-20.
30-20. Cole,
Thank God for Pass Without a Trace, 19.
19.
16.
16. Hey, how is it? Even without this. Okay.
32.
So you've not trained it.
32.
No, I was trying to make it worse.
17?
Yeah.
17. Okay, guys, some pretty good stealth checks. Pretty good stealth checks.
That's with
You
Popka.
guys make your way around the bend into a chamber that you can see the best here. What's the marching order?
I mean, I was first.
Okay.
I'm near the back because this guy's still.
Right.
I mean, I probably would have been somewhere near the front just because I was in the front.
Okay, so we'll say like Sofka, Law.
Front, middle, back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just remember that. Okay. As you're moving through here, and as you kind of like bend around the bend, you see this kind of like open cavern that's kind of like a dog leg cavern, like dog leg shape. If you know what that means, like golf course style.
Yeah.
And a little bit. It's kind of
More elbowy shape.
Yeah.
and you see that there is like tiered areas a little bit. There's some stalactites and stalagmites that have formed together into columns. There's some stalagmites that are on the ground. There's some rubble about. In the center, the far side of the room, I see what looks like some forms, individuals, humanoids, laying on the ground. Do you get closer?
I'm in the back. I don't see this.
Yeah.
So does look like they're moving, or are they just like,
Does it look like they're moving?
do we hear that noise or any other noises?
Roll a perception check. Hearing, you can, well, you're not in wolf form.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a perception check as well.
Yeah.
No, 13.
13.
Nice.
That include us in the back.
16.
16.
17.
17.
18.
Sorry, 15.
15. None of you guys hear anything.
So we see. So you see that in there. Do you tell any of us about that?
You can do it quietly because you're
You can do it
telepathically.
telepathically.
Yeah.
So they all just kind of tell that down and just there's what could be bodies, maybe that, or they're just sleeping.
You're most likely going to have to approach to get a better look at them.
Maybe.
We're back to Zemdak sneaking up random.
Where are the bodies at?
Oh, since you transferred back into Bugbear, the orb that was a little battle moon has.
Uh,
You guys could send familiars over to
I
you.
was gonna say, yeah, so they all have Twig crawl and investigate.
Scamper over.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about
Roll a stealth
somebody
check for Twig,
lighted
please.
bolt over the top.
Twig is still within 30 feet.
For sure, but he's about to leave
I know.
that.
Within 30.
So, yeah, we'll see what he rolls. See what happens. You can add the 10 for now.
Shoot this.
+4 on stealth. And I do get to add the
You get to add the 10.
good because that was a 3 on the die, but he gets +4.
So 17.
17, yeah.
17 is still pretty good. Twig very, very lightly, very, very quietly scampers over and knows when the edge of your path without traces and kind of stops there for a moment. Roll a perception check for Twig.
11.
11. Takes a look. There. It's odd. It's like they're all wearing hats. Maybe? They're all laying on the ground wearing hats. There's quite a few of them.
Oh shit.
Face suckers. There's something on their heads.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Twig crawl on one of them and get a little closer.
Get a little closer. Roll another stealth check for Twig. This time without pass, without trace.
So that's 12.
12. Okay. Twig gets a little closer. You hear the as like, the ichor that he's made out of kind of like gets stuck to the ground a little bit. Move a little closer. You notice that they're not wearing hats. Portion of their skull from their brow up is gone. Kind of crawls near to one of the heads. Brain's gone.
It's eating their brains.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got to go.
Let's go.
As that happens, you hear.
Don't see anything.
You see it now. Well, actually, roll a perception check for me.
Would I see it too with 60 feet?
Wait, is this my
Your light's
perception?
still on, right?
Am I rolling?
Yes, my
Twig?
light is
Okay.
still on.
They're the same modifiers. Ooh, 19.
19.
I can.
Yeah, because of blind sight. Yeah.
Well, roll in perception.
Yep.
So then, because it's echolocation, it's still seeing it as a blind sight, but
It has to
Weird.
make sound in order for you to see it.
yeah, it's just
So it's up to you whether we want to have it make sound. Okay. Okay. So you roll 19 because you hear it.
Let's take you.
You hear it, and you see
yeah.
something up on one of the tiers. Looks like a dog, kind of like you, except instead of a body, it's just a big piece of gray matter, like a big brain with 4 legs. And then you see coming up behind it and all around, out of some of the crevices of the wall, you recognize these things, Zemdak. These gray, large, almost look like humanoid giants, but they're not that big. They're like maybe 7 or 8 feet tall, wielding clubs, eyes completely blind and white, with big bellies and warts all over. You know what these are. Grimlocks. Tons of them. Teeming, the walls start moving, as if you didn't notice before, but they were just standing up against the wall, looking like stone, and they just turned around. And you are surrounded on all sides. And that's where we're going to end and take a break, guys. We'll be back and we'll be rolling initiative. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Out of the whole time. Get out. Get out.
I know we were trying. Well,